Welcome, everyone. I hope you enjoyed Maud. She is one of my dearest friends and I think a great teacher. Hmm. Yeah, so let's get settled in. Begin to move your body, moving your body however feels good today. Stretching. I'm not going to stand today, but you're more than welcome to. And once you feel like you've moved your body enough for now, find a way to sit that's comfortable. So, whether you're on the ground or sitting in a chair, finding a place of ease, we're going to do a little bit of pranayama, a little bit of breathing first. And we're going to start with in for 4, out for 6. So let's just try that first and see how it feels in your body. Everybody's a little different when it comes to um, pranayama. And so, as always, I would encourage you to feel into what feels good for your body. And if we try different numbers and they don't work for you, go to what you know works. So for some people, in for 4, out for 4 is going to work best. And it it may be that, you know, my counting doesn't work for you. So if that doesn't work, just switch over to your own to counting for yourself. I'll be counting for us in the beginning and then I'll set you loose. Um, so let's start with in for 4, in through the nose. And in the beginning, we're going to do out through the mouth. Um, And I'm doing that because not everybody knows ujjayi breath. If you do know ujjayi breath, where you keep your mouth closed and you're breathing in and out through your nose with a constricted throat, you can do that. If you don't know ujjayi breath, don't worry about it. Just breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And as we lengthen the exhale, you may notice that you need to purse your lips to allow for the longer, slower exhales. All right. So breathe out completely and in 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In deep into the belly. 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In deep into the belly. 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In 2, 3, 4. This time we're going to exhale longer for 8. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In to the belly. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into the belly, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause, breathe normally. If this is comfortable and you want to add a breath hold, you can do that. If you have breathing problems like asthma or COPD, just skip the breath hold. So for those of you doing the breath hold, follow along with me. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath nice and full. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If it's too long, modify it. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause and just breathe comfortably. Breathe normally. Take a break from the counting and just notice your breath. Tune into what ratio and length of counting worked for you. Maybe 4 and 8 felt too long, so maybe you want to do 3 and 6. Maybe the breath hold felt uncomfortable, then skip it. Go ahead, choosing your length of in and out. And if prolonging the exhale was uncomfortable, just do equal in, equal out. So go ahead and count on your own. Prolonging the exhale will usually calm the nervous system. That 1 to 2 ratio will usually activate the parasympathetic nervous system, parts of our nervous system that are calming, they're for resting, they're for digesting food. It's that 1 to 2 ratio. In for about half as long as you exhale. And if you find the counting distracting, you can just switch over to approximately in for 3 or 4 and approximately out for 6 to 8. You don't have to continue the counting. You may find the counting is soothing and then continue it. Notice if you're holding your face or your mouth tightly, and see if on the next exhale, if you can soften your forehead, soften your eyes, allow the jaw to drop. And even soften the inside of your mouth, inviting the entire face to melt, to rest. Continuing the counting if you like it. If it feels cumbersome, just releasing the counting, moving your awareness down the body to the back of the head and the neck, noticing if you're holding tension, breathing into the neck, and on the exhale, imagining that all those little muscles in the neck, the front and the back, upper shoulders can just soften, melting like butter. We're not commanding the body, we're inviting the body to soften, which it's automatically doing anyway with the exhale. So see if you can just lean into what the body wants to do already. And noticing if you're feeling a lot of tension sitting up, your body's needing to lie down today, go ahead and lay down if you can. Really inviting yourself to get into a position that is full of ease. Easeful, easeful breathing, easeful meditation. Moving your awareness down the body once again, noticing your chest and your belly, your entire thorax, and noticing that as you breathe in, the chest expands, and make sure that your belly is expanding as well with the in breath, not just the chest. Ideally, the belly expands first, and then the air moves up, almost like you're pouring water into a vase. So as you pour breath into the body, bottom, belly fills first, then the air expands upward, mid belly, upper belly, and then chest. That's- And then noticing how the chest deflates on the exhale and air moves out of the body on the exhale. Eyes can be open or closed, whatever you feel most relaxed with. I would encourage you, if your eyes are open, to just rest your gaze gently on something that's not moving, a picture or a plant. Your eyes are closed. Just imagining that the eyes can rest fully back in their sockets, letting the eyes be soft, whether they're open or closed. using the breath as your object of focus, noticing the sensations of breathing as air moves in and out through the body. If you've shifted to just breathing in and out through your nose, that's totally fine. Do what's comfortable. It feels most easeful. Coming back again and again to the face and checking to see if the jaw tension has returned again and again, allowing the jaw to drop, inviting the mouth and the eyes to soften, inviting the shoulders to soften, following the path of breath in through the nose, back of the throat. Air fills the belly and the lungs. And then following the path again of the breath as it leaves the body. Seeing if you can follow one complete breath cycle. And fixing your awareness at the tip of the nose and just watching the breath come in and out through the nose. Perhaps noticing that as the breath comes in, it's cooler. And as the breath goes out of the nose, it's warmer. So just focusing on the nose now and seeing if you can follow several breaths at the nose. Noticing that the mind will wander, thoughts come and go, stories, judgments, beliefs. The mind is really good at making things up. That's its job. So see if you can just let the mind do its thing and just notice, is there an awareness of the breath also in your consciousness? So thoughts come and go like clouds drifting across the sky. And just see if you can maintain some awareness also of the breath. And then notice when the breath is lost entirely, where you lose awareness of the breath completely, and maybe you're absorbed in thoughts. And then just begin again, come back to the breath. See if you can do it with as much gentleness as you possibly can. Notice if you're being harsh with yourself or critical, perfectionistic. And be reassured that the mind wanders. That's just what it does. And the less you stress about it, the better. The more you just accept it as this is just part of how it goes, this is normal. And when you lose awareness of the breath, you simply come back. again and again, bringing your awareness back to the tip of the nose, awareness of the sensations of breath coming in and going out, following that. If you're struggling to maintain awareness of your breath at the nose, see how it feels to move your awareness just slightly back to the back of the throat. There's a place that you might feel at the back of the throat where the breath hits, or it might feel like it's more up in your nose. So just explore that area of your body and see if there's a different place instead of maybe at the tip of your nose that feels easier to observe. And just notice that for a while. Now, perhaps it's been challenging to follow the breath at the nose or in the throat. If that's true for you, see what happens if you move your awareness down into the chest, like the area of the heart, the lungs, and begin to observe the breath moving in and out through this part of your body. So, this may look more like feeling the expansion of the chest. Notice that when the chest expands, it expands not just out in front of you, but to the sides and back. It's a 360-degree expansion of the chest wall. So tune into the expansion and the softening of the chest if you'd like to try a different place in the body. There's one more place in the body that people will often attune to be aware of their breath, and that is at the belly, the expansion of the belly with the in breath, softening of the belly with the out breath. So if you'd like to shift your awareness down to the belly, I invite you to do so. And if you found that you really like watching your breath at the chest or nose or throat, feel free to stay there. Same instructions. If the mind wanders such that you're no longer aware of the breath at all, as soon as you see it, just come back to the breath the next time you take a breath in, beginning again and again and again. No limit to the number of times we can start over. It's a huge success, actually, when you notice that your mind has wandered. So rather than getting down on yourself for the mind wandering, which is just part of what the mind does, really celebrating when you notice that there's no more awareness of breath. Just using this present moment, this breath to come back to right now. So if you've been on this journey of following your breath through the body, just pausing for a moment to notice where was it easiest to follow the flow of your breath? Was it easiest at the nose or the throat, the chest or the belly? Maybe there's no drastic difference. So if you've been shifting your awareness from one place to the next, I'd invite you to just choose for the remaining 10 minutes or so that we have to sit together. Pick a spot in your body to bring your full awareness to this living breath inside of you, to explore it with curiosity, noticing that the breath has so much nuance when you allow your consciousness to become more and more subtle, more and more still. And the mind will do its thing. You don't need to fight with it. Let it come and go with its thoughts and keep coming back to this dynamic aliveness that's within you, moving in and out, always linking you to the present moment, this breath, this one breath. Let's practice together in that way, remembering that we are sitting together as a community and that the energy of our practice is helping each other. Hmm. Connecting with this one breath and then the next one and the next one. And as you connect with your breath, I'd love to read to you an excerpt of writing that a friend shared with me. I don't know the source, but I'm happy to try to figure out who wrote it if people are interested. So, staying with your own breath and just allowing these words to fall on your consciousness, called Wintering Through. I've spent most of my life living in places where the winters can be brutal. Here in Wisconsin, as I write, it's 9 degrees Fahrenheit. So, for most of my adult life, I've been reflecting on what it takes to winter through. That question has become more urgent for me as I/we try to find our way through winters of many sorts, including the deep freeze descending on our democracy, the suffering here at home and around the world, and for some of us, the challenges of old age. That's why I keep this 12 by 15 black scratchboard painting on the wall next to my writing desk. I bought it 8 years ago on one of my visits to the Taos Pueblo in New Mexico, a thin place where I can feel the connection of the visible and the invisible worlds. The Pueblo, whose first structures were built around 1000 AD, is believed to be the oldest continuously inhabited community in the US. So the people who call this place home have had to persevere through all kinds of winters, literal and metaphorical, as they have done for a millennium and more. I'm not looking to them for tips, tricks, and techniques for wintering through. It's enough for me to know that these Tiwa speaking brothers and sisters with deep roots in their indigenous religion have done exactly that against greater odds than I will ever face. My work is to find my own deep roots in the ground of my own life, roots that can survive the winter, keep heart, mind, and soul alive, then emerge and thrive in the form of new life when spring comes, as it always does and always will. So, how do you winter through? Hmm. As we bring our time together to a close, I'd love to invite you, if you're able to make sound, to do 3 ohms with me. And if you prefer to simply imagine the sound of Om reverberating through your body, in your mind, that's totally fine. If you are going to make sound, remember it's not the sound that comes out that matters. It's you feeling the sound vibration in your own body, feeling the sound waves move you from the inside. So we'll breathe in a moment, and as you breathe out, make the sound of Om, and we'll do that 3 times together. Breathing in. Oh. 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 May the fruits of our practice today together spread outwards in all directions and help to end the suffering of all beings everywhere. Mm. Thank you so much for joining me in meditation today.